wanted to talk about some of the modifications that have been done to the engine. It has a Predator 212, right?
Clone.
Oh, a clone, okay.
Not so cool, but yeah.
So Joshua, tell us a little bit about some of the things that you did to this engine.
So, first we've got our header pipe right here. That thing gets real hot. That gives it better airflow, simply for, it gets more oxygen from this cold air intake, and it needs to be able to move that oxygen somewhere, so that gives it a place to go. This gives it the oxygen needed to do that. I also have in the carburetor a fuel jet. You can't see it because it's in it, but it's a number 44 instead of a 36 stock, which gives it more gas. And that, with the air, really gives it a lot more power. Boosts about 10 miles an hour for us. We've also got down here a E3 Diamond Fire Performance Racing spark plug that works super well. So that's what we've got going here.
So what kind of miles per hour does it reach top?
We gotta go 35. And that's 500 pounds.
All right. 500 pounds, that's heavy.
That is heavy. That's with 2 people in it.
What about the wheels? What kind of wheels and tire setup do you have going on here?
Whatever it came with, just hard rubber, I think. Nothing too crazy. Not high performance, but they work. Good for spin outs. Another thing I did to it is it had been belt driven by a Honda wet clutch. I've never seen one in my life, but this one had one. The seller didn't have it on or anything. I didn't know how to set it up, so I put a torque converter on here. That, as far as I can tell, will give it more power. That means I had to cut my own keyway in the axle and give it a chain drive rather than the belt, which gives it more strength in the drive line. It works quite well. And I had a hard time with it because, well, it didn't fit quite right. The torque converter just barely fits between the old belt sprocket, which I cannot remove because it has a differential inside it, and the engine mount. So it was kind of difficult to get in there. It just fits. It literally has about a ½ inch on one side. It's almost touching on the other, but it works, so that's great.
All right, well, let's go test it out.
All right, let's do it. Let's do this. Check out some speed and acceleration. Losing some traction on this dirt though.
Just watch your steering.
Drifted a little bit. Alright. My butt's wet. Nasty. Sorry, I didn't have that trouble.
There's always water in these things.
Nasty. So we're back with our go-kart. The last thing we talked about was our paint job, and it's complete. As you can see here, we got this nice racing stripe, which looks really nice, and the steering wheel's done. Back there we got a valve cover job, and it's real fun. It's actual auto paint. We did, I think it was $90 a can, was it? Something like that.
Something like that. We got single stage acrylic urethane. So the clear coat is built into the base color.
Which we found out is a problem because you can't put cleaners on it like acetone, isopropyl alcohol, any gasoline that touches it, it'll dissolve it, unfortunately. But you just don't do that. Water works fine.
Yeah, if you can avoid the solvents, it's much harder than a rattle can job, and pretty clean, you know, for our first time.
We used a cheap Harbor Freight spray gun with our 8-gallon air compressor, and it didn't work as well as it could, but better than it could have.
Yeah, one of the things we learned, probably related to the orange peel, is that the air compressor wasn't able to output enough air continuously because it was running right next to the thing that we were trying to do, so there was dust in the air. The whole thing was a cloud of dust. So that can't be good for orange peel either. It got on everything, so obviously it got on the product too. And with it running continuously, it couldn't supply enough air. So next time we're going to use a bigger capacity. Hopefully it'll give more air. I don't know. It really only affects the texture though. The paint is still on. So anyways, thanks for watching.
Bye. Have a great day.